What's up, everyone? Today we are doing something absolutely insane. I'm going to be exploring the top 5 most haunted, most terrifying, and scariest locations in all of California. But here's the twist. I'm not actually going there. Instead, I've got this cutting-edge virtual reality setup that will transport me directly into these haunted hotspots. We're talking about places so scary that people literally run out screaming. This isn't just a game, it's a full-blown immersive experience designed to push your limits. We're going to see if virtual reality can be just as terrifying as the real thing. Now, I have to give you a serious warning. This video is not for the faint of heart. We're talking about places with documented hauntings, chilling backstories, and paranormal activity that has terrified people for decades. I'm putting myself on the line to see what happens when you face these spirits head-on. Honestly, I'm already kind of regretting this. I've heard stories about what goes on in these places, and I'm not sure I'm ready. But we're doing it for you guys. So, the question is, can you handle it? Can I handle it? We're about to find out. I want you to watch closely, because I'm going to be rating each experience on a scale of 1 to 10 for pure terror. Stick around to see if I can survive all 5 locations without completely freaking out. This is going to be the craziest challenge I have ever done. Let's get into it. Alright, for our first location, we are diving headfirst into one of the weirdest and most famous haunted houses in the entire world, the Winchester Mystery House. For those of you who don't know, this place is an architectural nightmare, and I mean that literally. It was built by Sarah Winchester, the heir to the Winchester rifle fortune. A psychic told her she had to continuously build a house 24/7 to appease the spirits of everyone killed by a Winchester rifle. If she stopped building, she would die. This is not a joke, she actually did this. The result is a massive, sprawling mansion with over 160 rooms, staircases that lead to nowhere, doors that open to solid walls, and secret passages all over the place. The goal was to confuse the ghosts that were supposedly haunting her. So, I'm putting on the headset now, and whoa, okay, I'm in. I'm standing in the grand ballroom. The detail is incredible. I can see the ornate woodwork, the stained glass windows with spiderweb designs. It feels like I'm actually here. The audio design is insane. I can hear faint whispers and the floorboards creaking above me. The legend says Sarah Winchester held nightly seances in this very room to communicate with the spirits. The VR experience is guiding me through the maze-like corridors now, and it is genuinely disorienting. Every corner I turn, I'm expecting something to jump out at me. This is already way more intense than I thought it would be. I keep hearing my name whispered, but I know it's just the game, right? My heart is absolutely pounding. They say the ghost of a workman named Clyde haunts these halls and people see his apparition all the time. I'm walking towards the infamous seance room and the temperature in my real-life room feels like it just dropped. The VR is making everything dark, and my only light source is a flickering virtual candle. This is a must-see for any horror fan because it's not just about jump scares. It's about the psychological terror of being lost in a house that was literally designed to trap spirits. I feel like I could wander these halls forever and never find my way out. This is terrifying. Okay, I barely survived the Winchester house, but we're not stopping. Next up, we're heading to Long Beach to board a massive haunted ocean liner, the Queen Mary. This ship is legendary for its ghosts. It's a retired British ocean liner that's permanently docked and now serves as a hotel. But it has a dark history. During World War II, it was used as a troop ship called the Grey Ghost, and it saw a lot of tragedy. It even accidentally sliced another ship in half, killing over 300 sailors. People say their spirits, along with many others, still roam the decks. This is considered one of the most haunted places on the planet, so let's see if the VR lives up to the hype. I'm booting up the experience. And here we go. I'm on the deck. It's nighttime, foggy, and I can hear the sound of waves crashing and the ship groaning. This is already so atmospheric. The most famous haunting is in the engine room, where a young sailor was supposedly crushed to death by a watertight door. They call him John, and people claim to hear him running and screaming for help. The VR experience is now taking me down, down, down into the belly of the ship. The narrow, rusty corridors are closing in, and the sound of machinery is deafening. I feel claustrophobic, and I'm not even moving in real life. This is incredible. The other hotspot is the ship's swimming pool. It's said to be haunted by the ghost of a little girl named Jackie who drowned there. Visitors report hearing a little girl giggling, splashing, and even seeing wet footprints appear out of nowhere. The VR is taking me there now. The pool is empty and decaying, and it's completely silent except for the sound of dripping water. It's so eerie. I'm just waiting for something to happen. The immersion is off the charts. They've perfectly captured the ship's creepy, oppressive atmosphere. I'm genuinely scared to turn around. If you want to feel like you're on a real-life ghost ship, this VR experience is absolutely the way to do it. Alright, if a haunted mansion and a ghost ship weren't enough, our next location is one of the most infamous prisons in history, Alcatraz Island. This place housed some of America's most dangerous criminals, like Al Capone. The conditions were brutal, and the despair and suffering that soaked into these walls have supposedly left a permanent stain. People talk about hearing screams, phantom footsteps, and cell doors slamming shut on their own. This isn't just a prison, it's a concrete box of misery floating in the middle of a bay, and we're about to go inside. Headset on. Okay, wow. I'm standing in the main cell block known as Broadway. The VR developers did an insane job. I can see the rows of tiny, bleak cells stretching out in front of me. The audio is what's really getting me. I can hear the distant clang of metal, faint murmurs, and the howling wind from outside. It feels cold and hopeless. The most haunted area is supposedly Cell Block D, which was used for solitary confinement. Inmates were kept in total darkness, and many were said to have lost their minds in there. One prisoner in Cell 14D screamed all night that a creature with glowing eyes was trying to kill him. The next morning, they found him strangled to death. The VR is now locking me inside one of these solitary confinement cells. It's pitch black. I can't see anything. All I can hear is my own virtual breathing and what sounds like something scratching on the other side of the door. This is pure psychological horror. My brain knows this isn't real, but my body is reacting like it is. I'm getting chills. They say you can still hear that prisoner's screams. This virtual reality tour isn't just showing you the prison, it's making you feel the isolation and terror that the inmates experienced. This is a whole new level of scary. I have to get out of this cell. Okay, we're moving from criminals to celebrities for our next spot. We are checking into the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. This place is an icon of old Hollywood glamour, hosting the first ever Academy Awards. But behind all the glitz, it's supposedly crawling with the ghosts of its most famous guests. We're talking about A-list spirits who loved this hotel so much, they apparently never checked out. The most famous ghost is none other than Marilyn Monroe. She lived here for 2 years, and people constantly report seeing her reflection in a full-length mirror that used to be in her suite. Let's see if we can find her. I'm putting the headset on, and I'm in the lobby. It's beautiful, opulent, and grand, but there's an unsettling quietness to it. The VR experience is letting me explore the hotel freely, which is a terrifying amount of freedom. I'm heading towards the suite where the famous mirror is now located. As I walk down the hall, I swear I can hear the faint sound of a party from a bygone era, music and laughter echoing from the past. The sound design in these things is just on another level. It's making me feel like I'm slipping through time. I'm at the mirror. I'm just staring into it, waiting. This is so tense. The legend says her reflection will appear for a few seconds, looking back at you. While I'm waiting, let me tell you about the other ghost. Actor Montgomery Clift is said to haunt the 9th floor, pacing the hallways and practicing his lines. People hear a phantom trumpet playing, which he was practicing for a role. The VR is now taking me to the 9th floor, and sure enough, I can hear a faint trumpet melody. This is so creepy. It's one thing to hear a story, but it's another to be virtually in the hallway, hearing it for yourself. This is a must-try for anyone who loves Hollywood history and a good ghost story. Alright guys, we've made it to the final location, and we saved the most terrifying for last. This is the Whaley House in San Diego. The Travel Channel and numerous paranormal experts have officially called this the most haunted house in America. That is a huge claim, and honestly I'm terrified. The house was built on top of an old gallows site where a man named Yankee Jim Robinson was hanged. Thomas Whaley, the owner, apparently watched the execution and then built his family home right on the spot. Big mistake. Yankee Jim's ghost is said to be the most active and is often heard stomping around the house with heavy footsteps. I'm putting the headset on for the last time. Let's do this. Okay, I'm inside. It looks like a normal 19th century home, but the energy feels heavy. The VR tour is starting in the courtroom, which was the first of its kind in San Diego and located inside the house. I can immediately hear what sounds like heavy boots walking on the floor above me. It has to be Yankee Jim. My heart is in my throat. This is not a subtle haunting. It's loud and aggressive. The developers knew exactly what they were doing to build this tension. It feels like the ceiling is going to collapse. But Yankee Jim isn't the only ghost. The Whaley family themselves suffered immense tragedy here. Their young son died in the house, and their daughter Violet committed suicide on the property. People report seeing the ghost of Thomas Whaley, smelling his wife's perfume, and hearing a baby crying. The VR is now taking me upstairs to the bedrooms. It's getting darker, and I can hear the faint sound of a woman crying. This is deeply unsettling. The Whaley House VR experience is terrifying because the hauntings are so personal and tragic. It's a journey through a family's pain, and you feel like a true intruder. This is, without a doubt, the scariest one yet. And I'm out. Wow. I survived all 5 locations. I have to take this headset off. My heart is still racing. That was one of the most intense and terrifying experiences of my entire life. From the confusing maze of the Winchester Mystery House to the tragic echoes of the Whaley House, each location was scary in its own unique way. The technology is so good now that it truly felt like I was there, facing these legends head-on. Honestly, I don't think I'll be sleeping well tonight. That was absolutely insane. So now I have a challenge for you. If you think you're brave enough, if you think you can handle the terror, I dare you to try these VR experiences for yourself. I'm not even kidding. Find a way to play these because you need to see what I just saw. But don't say I didn't warn you. These virtual hotspots are designed to scare you, and believe me, they succeed. They are not for the faint of heart, and you might just end up believing in ghosts after you're done. Before you go, I have to know, which of these 5 haunted locations would you visit first? Would you brave the ghost ship, the haunted hotel, or go straight for America's most haunted house? Drop a comment down below and let me know which one you'd pick. And if you enjoyed watching me get absolutely terrified, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we do crazy challenges like this all the time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.